Sociology is the study of society. We as teachers find it a really interesting course because it lets you kind of get an insight into how people behave, why people act in certain ways, why certain groups in society have more chances or more opportunities than others. We cover 4 main topics over the 2 years. So we look at education. So within that we look at, for example, why do kids from richer backgrounds tend to do better in school than kids from poorer backgrounds? Is it because they go to private schools? Is it because of their parents value education more? And things like this. The next unit, families and households, we look at how the roles of women have changed over time. So perhaps in the 50s and 60s, women were mainly expected to be housewives. Now they're working more. How does that impact families? How does that impact the number of children they have? How does that impact the amount of money families have to spend? How does that impact how they share housework and childcare with partners and things like that? The next unit is actually it's a fairly new one. We've only introduced it this year. Is the sociology of the media. So we look at how much does the media impact our behaviour. We all like to think we kind of perhaps are individual and choose how we behave, but do we see things in adverts? Do we read things in the news and believe what we say? Believe what it says without sort of questioning it. And also, how are certain groups represented in the media? So, for example, are ethnic minorities represented in more positive or more negative ways than, say, white British people? And then the last unit, crime and deviance, we look at things like why do people break the law? Is it poverty, boredom, bad parenting, unemployment? Can the media cause crime? So do people hear about certain crimes that people commit and go on sort of copycat killings or muggings or robbings and things like this? And then we also look at how do we punish criminals? So do we have really harsh prison sentences and bring back the death penalty? Or do we try and educate people, get them jobs, get them careers, so when they come out they hopefully don't reoffend? In terms of enrichment, we often try and do a trip abroad every year. Obviously at the moment that's sort of COVID dependent, but over the past years we've been to Marrakesh, Athens, Berlin, Rome, Seville and Krakow. We do a trip to London every year to Harrow School, which is one of the top sort of boys boarding schools in the country. It's about 39 grand a year to go there, and it is actually Hogwarts because they filmed the scene from the first Harry Potter film there. We're going to try this year as well, given the situation we're in, to try and get some online lectures from university lecturers and speakers. So that's something we're kind of working on at the moment. And then in terms of, you might think, well, where can sociology take me? There are a variety of careers. People go into journalism, research, social work, marketing and things like this. And our students, some have gone off to do sociology at university. It's a really good course if you want to go into primary teaching. A lot of our students have done that. It combines well with things like history. We've had students do joint honours, sociology and history. Because we do the education unit, it's also good for things like speech therapy, anything working with children, educational psychology. And so there are a wide range of sort of careers and courses you can go off and study once you've done sociology here.